Guys, check out this. This is the RB Concept C5. This is a factory team driver modified edition. It's basically the exact same engine I was running in the X-Ray last year with the same pipe combo. This is a 3-chamber 31016 it looks like, with the 410016 pipe, 44016 header, a 13, whatever that is. It's the short header for higher RPM. The 3-chamber pipe to give you a good linear throttle response throughout the power band. I just mounted the engine. This is a 10 scale pan car, initially designed with this X15. This is a small block engine with the large engine mount there and there. I drilled and chopped it for a small block because I couldn't find a small block engine to fit in a 10 scale chassis that had large block mounting holes, so I just went ahead and put this .21 in there, and it's the exact same size as the X15, but this is a .21. So I'm going to run that, which is basically the exact same from the X-Ray, the same engine and pipe combo, except this one's even more powerful because it was modified. I had it in the Kyosho GT2 or GT, this one over here, and it did awesome, but it was just finishing the break-in, so it's still running real rich. And I put this brand new engine in here. This one's ready to go too, but this one's just on the 6th tank, so it's still being broken in, running real rich. But that pipe was absolutely awesome with this engine over here. And so I put that pipe with it because that was the pipe that I had in the X-Ray over here. And that thing was running awesome. So anyway, this one's just about ready. Maybe one more tank or 2 more tanks and it'll be fully broken in. But that 2-speed lined up right on the money, right where it needs to be perfectly. Gives me just the right amount of in-bell play right there, maybe a 1/4 of a millimeter or so, even less, 1/10 of a millimeter. So I've been breaking that thing in. It's doing real good. And I tested up this one. I fired it up earlier, and I was just adjusting the clutch, and I just took out another 1/10 of a millimeter of in-bell play there. I was running about a 1/2 millimeter, 0.45 to 0.5 millimeter, and it was just a little too much, so I'm running like 0.35 now. You can just see how much in-bell play there is, just barely enough. Now I took out the gears and stuff and checked the bearings. The bearing on the second one here needs to be replaced. I'm just going to run it like that for now. I've got another one that I'm going to swap in there. You can see how nicely the gears made it up. It took some doing, boy, I tell you what. The collet was pushing the flywheel out just about 1 millimeter too much. So it took a bunch of different collets before I finally found the right one, and you can still see how much there's about a millimeter of gap between the engine and the flywheel there. You can see that there, maybe 1.5 millimeters of gap there. And that's what I was trying to take out to give me that room for the gears. So you can see how far forward that is. If I could have pulled that back about 1 millimeter or so, it would have been perfect. But I didn't have the right collet, so I just tried to make it work. Anyway, I'm having issues with the first channel on the receiver going in and out, so I think it's the receiver. I'm going to go ahead and swap that out. And I wasn't able to run the little roll bar anymore because it gets in the way of the throttle over here. So the issue I was having was the throttle was hitting the little roll bar, and you can see how it goes right into that little hole right there. That's where the roll bar used to go. So I can't mount it there because the throttle will just hit it. And speaking of which, it was only able to open up about halfway in the bore. And so I had to shim it up with a couple shims underneath the engine. And it was still only able to open about 3/4. So I just put a smaller venturi in there. So down there it's like 6 mils across. So it's running a real small venturi, and it's really only opening up 3/4, but that's really all I can get it. So I'm just going to cross my fingers, hope for the best. I just adjusted the clutch because it was spooling kind of high before it would engage. So I just rotated it 1/4 of a turn. Less spring tension on the inside there, so hopefully it engages a little earlier and won't have a tendency to spool up so much before it engages the clutch and initiates the tires from spinning. So anyway, hopefully it'll be just enough and it won't want to stall out, but it'll still make it easy to drive, and I won't burn up the tires so quickly because these are really hard to find tires. They're the quick clip style for 10th scale. They don't make them anymore. They only make the 8th scale size. So anyway, I've only got one more set. So I'm going to try and save them. Take it easy on the clutch. Set it real nice and smooth and soft. And same thing with the power band. That's why I like this engine. It had a real smooth power band. It wasn't like this other engine in here. This is an off-road engine. And I didn't want to run that one in there. But anyway, that's a nice on-road engine. The Circuit C521. It did awesome in the Kyosho GT1. Very, very powerful. Could easily keep up with any other 8 scale off-road engine. But anyway, it's going to do phenomenal in this little 10th scale. And that'll be the body there. I've got another body over there I was thinking about running. It's the State Trooper body. That's a Mustang 5.0 Dirt Oval. That'll fit too. But it might have a clearance issue right here with the exhaust having to go up because it's an 8 scale exhaust instead of 10th scale. I had this smaller pipe on there initially because it just fit a little better being a little smaller. Problem I was running into was that the power band seemed to be really limited because the pipe seemed to be too small. So that little pipe, the little black Nova Rossi pipe, made like a real chainsaw kind of a sound. So anyway, I took it off and I put on this one. I didn't actually put it on the ground and run it. I just started it and revved it and let it hit the 2-speed, and it sounded like the power band was all towards the bottom, so to speak. So within the first 2 seconds it would hit max power and then wouldn't go above that. But it still went into second gear. But still, even though the RPMs got higher, the pitch would stay the same, which would be a real mid-range pitch. So that tells me it was really good for small, short, tight, twisty tracks where you don't ever get out of first gear. It's just all bottom to mid-range, or just basically all mid-range, not even bottom, because the bottom you were too late engaging on your clutch in the clutch. Well, it just depends on how you set your clutch, but anyway. So this is what I'm going to hopefully start running next. I'll change out the what's it called, the receiver, and mount the body, and it should be good to go. I'm just dialing in the clutch now and adjusting my endpoints. I've got to finish adjusting my gap there and my idle, and then the clutch. Make sure we're good to go. The brake is really well adjusted, so I'm super excited, man. Want to get this thing on the road. This thing with this engine and combo, pipe combo, it got the X-ray up to 61 miles an hour. But this is a modified version, which is even more powerful, so I imagine it'll get, maybe a mile or two faster. And on a 10 scale platform like this, I'm hoping it'll go even faster, so maybe we'll get 65 plus. But I'm super excited to get this one on the road and see how fast we can get it. Anyway, that's the update I got, and we'll be getting this one on the road here soon too, because this one's ready to go. And I've got the new body over here. I'm gonna paint. That's the new body for it. I'm thinking this part here will be blue. This part here will be like either a white or a yellow. These are the paints I'm using. It's the black and the white. So here's the blue. It's a metallic blue. That's like a neon fluorescent yellow. I was thinking about painting that part yellow right there, and then this part yellow right down the middle like that, and then yellow across the back like that, and then this part here would be yellow on both sides coming all the way down, so it'd be yellow underneath, and then up here I'd have like a black spoiler. Whoops. The window's black, and then this top part right here would be white, and then this part would be blue again. You paint those little parts in there black, and that little part there black, and then the headlights would be black. You see like the headlight right there, that part would be black, and the little air dam, so it would be blue and black with the yellow, and then the white canopy on the top with the yellow accents. I think that'd be awesome. So that's what I got going next. Let's see how it comes out. Anyway, wish me luck. Later.